Hi folks, welcome to Drive Time. So, having a little switch around. So I know sometimes on the prop chats, I don't really talk about property a lot. So what I thought was, whenever I do one of these things, I'm going to do either a prop chat, which generally will be about property, or I'm going to do a drive time. And the drive time stuff could be about anything. Life, experiences, views, stuff that's happened. It could be anything. Just stuff that comes into my head, because sometimes as I'm out and about, these things just come to me. It's a bit like when I'm in the shower and I'll have a thought in the shower, but unfortunately I don't have a pen and paper, and if I did, it wouldn't be any good, would it? So I always forget the things I remember in the shower. So if I'm, similar when I'm driving, if I'm driving actually, or if I'm out in the car or whatever, it's a good time for me to just capture the thoughts. And they are off the cuff generally. Occasionally I plan them, so I've planned this one a little bit, but generally they're off the cuff, which means that I ramble on a bit and I don't really know what I'm going to say, and call it amateur if you wish. I would just like to call it real. It's just real. I just come up with this stuff, things I want to say. Helps me get it off my chest sometimes, and also hopefully it provides you guys with a bit of entertainment. So some of you will know, and some of you will have been helping me with this, but I recently decided, in fact over the last few days, to start putting some real effort into my YouTube channel. Now, I started a YouTube channel 2 or 3 years ago, I think maybe 2019. I started doing a couple of bits of property stuff in it, but I put like 6 videos on, and like many things with me, I'm a true entrepreneur. And the reason I can say that is because I love shiny things. I love new stuff. I immerse myself into it and I get stuck right in, head first. And then after a short period of time, I get bored. I see something else that's shiny, something new. So, a couple of examples, and the family will laugh at this. I started watching loads of metal detector videos on YouTube. Ended up buying a metal detector, then I went and bought a better metal detector. I did 3 or 4 trips out to the beach, found a few quid, and I hadn't used it for about 2 years. So then the next thing was, I was on YouTube again, because do you know what? I spend more time on YouTube than I do watching TV or anything else. So I learn loads. I learn so much through YouTube, but it's also the reason I get drawn into things, like starting my own YouTube channel as a good example. Yeah, the other thing was so there's a metal detector, and then I started seeing all this drone footage, and I was out viewing a property one day, and it was in a poor state of repair, and I was thinking I'm gonna have to get someone to have a look at the roof. So I went and bought a drone. So I looked at the roof myself with the drone. Fantastic. I think it's been airborne 3 times since I've had it. It's a DJI Mini something or other, I think. So yeah, so my history isn't great with sticking to stuff. So I wanted to go public with the old YouTube challenge, if you like. So I'm challenging myself in the next 12 months, so 2025, to get my YouTube channel monetized. Now, the reason it's not really to earn the money in the first sense. It's really just as an achievement, because to do that, I've got to get 1,000 subscribers, and I've got to have 4,000 hours watch time on any of my videos. Now, to me, that seems like a lot. 4,000 hours. When you consider most videos are just a few minutes long, and most people only watch for a couple of minutes. You look at you get a lot of 30-second wonders. So to get, it's a lot of 30-second wonders to get to 4,000 hours. So it's an immense challenge, and I did ask people on social media who I'm connected with to subscribe to the channel to help me on that, and I was on 23 subscribers and I'm now on 62, I think, as of this morning. So brilliant, thank you for that, for those who've subscribed. Those that haven't, if you've clicked this video is going to be uploaded to YouTube rather than directly on Facebook. Then you can just click that subscribe button. You can press the bell icon thing and that'll alert you, but also leave a comment. Tell me whether you think this is a good idea or not. Do you think nobody will want to watch me, or whatever? So any interaction is good interaction. I'll always try and reply to your comments. So that's the challenge. Now, I've always been somebody who, I don't really like attention. I'm not one of these people who does stuff to get attention. However, I am quite well known, and often I go places and people know I am, and they know I am generally because of my social media. And bizarrely, I was watching one of the prop chat, not watching one of the prop chat videos. I was looking at the prop chat videos on Facebook yesterday, and one of them's got 3,000 views. Now that is absolutely mental, and I'm not sure why, but a lot of people do say, you know, they like watching it. They can be, you know, relatively funny, entertaining, or whatever. So that's one thing that got me thinking, actually, maybe it's worthwhile giving this a go. Now, the other thing was, I've been quite ill for the last couple of weeks, chest infection, head infection, all stuff. I've had a couple of days working from home, so you may have seen I completed my fire door assessor training while I was off, so that was great. And then I had another bit of, you know, some more spare time another day. So what I did was, I've been looking at the YouTube stuff, and somebody said something on YouTube which got me rethinking my stance on it a little bit. And that what they said was, and I think it's probably some famous quote, or somebody quite famous has said it. They were reciting this, it wasn't something they came up with, but what they said was something like, you're an expert to anybody that you're 2 steps ahead of. Now, I cannot stand people portraying themselves to be gurus, experts and all this crap. I have no intention of selling training courses, mentorships, or anything like that. That's not what I'm doing this for, and that is what a lot of people do stuff like this for, is to get exposure, to portray themselves as experts and make money off that. Now, that isn't what I'm doing it for. But I'm over 50. I've done a lot. I've got a lot of experiences, whether they be general life experiences or property experiences. I own a successful HMO management company. I purchased that company, so I've got experience in buying businesses. I've done a self-build where I physically did most of the work on that. I have done commercial conversions, about £3 million worth. I own and run serviced accommodation. You know, there's a lot of stuff I've done, and that's obviously in the property side. From the personal side, I was homeless at 17. I grew up in an abusive household, although I didn't know that until I was in my 20s. I've had to come to terms with being around that abuse, even though it's not something I realised at the time as a kid. And the shame, I guess, that brings on you, or the shame it can bring on you if you let it. So there's loads of stuff like that that I'm going to bring into this channel, and you know, it's not all going to be property. There's going to be hopefully some sort of motivational stuff, some lifestyle, or life lessons. I might even talk about business partners. That's been a massive part of my life over the last few years. And negatively, it's negative, and I don't want this channel to be all about negative stuff, but from the negative you can learn the positive. So I nearly went into business with somebody from Dragon's Den, a contestant, not one of the dragons, although that contestant was offered a role with Peter Jones twice on the show. Really good guy. I've done exhibitions with new inventions, so product development. I've had prototypes made in China for products, and then my professional background's procurement. So I was a procurement specialist for lots of different organisations, Kimberly-Clark, Tata Steel, housing associations, big college groups. I could go on, but obviously I've had a lot of years, and I've done a lot of stuff. I've learnt a lot. I've got sacked from a lot of jobs because I've been too outspoken. So yeah, there's loads of stuff that I can hopefully help people with. So because of that experience, because of that sort of opinion that you are an expert to some people, I'm never going to portray myself as being an expert, but if I can help people along the way, fantastic. There's also other stuff in our lives at the moment. We've been planning for our retirement. Nearly did retire a couple of years ago. Went to Spain for a month, and after 10 days or so, I was bored out of my mind. Realised I couldn't retire, hence I came back and bought the lettings business. But what I do want to do is, or what we want to do, myself and my wife Claire, we want to be able to spend extended periods of time away. So if I'm to do that, I need to keep myself entertained. I can't be getting bored. So that's another reason for trying out the YouTube stuff. If this works and gets monetized and provides us with a little bit of extra income, it will also give me reasons to do stuff. So we can film when we're away. We can talk about our experiences, buying property in Spain and all this sort of stuff. So there's loads of extra stuff that can come in there. So that's the idea. Hopefully we'll get it monetized, we will grow the channel, and it'll assist us financially in our retirement, and it will give me a reason to get up in the morning, if you like, beyond the other business stuff we do, because I tend to do larger projects, and these projects could have months or a year or so or more in between them, because we have to go through planning and that sort of stuff. So I've got one at the moment. It's over a year. It's been to planning, got refused, went to appeal. The reasons for refusal were thrown out, and they still refused the appeal because of a technicality. So we now have to reapply for exactly the same thing, knowing they can't refuse the application on the same reasons because they've already been thrown out by the inspectorate. But it adds another 3 or 4 months to the process. So that project we're looking at starting at the end of summer, hopefully. So you can see these things can take a long time, and in between need something to do. So that's the reasons for doing the YouTube channel. What do you think? Have any of you folks out there got YouTube channels? Have you tried YouTube and it didn't work? Are you doing YouTube and it's working really well? What are your reasons for doing it? Pop some comments below, because I'm really interested in knowing. And I guess another driver, if you like, for doing this, even though I had the desire to do it back in 2019, as I mentioned earlier, we do have some good friends who are YouTubers, and we have spent hours watching their content, predominantly from Spain, from where we're looking to purchase some property, just learning about the area, what they do, what they get up to, what life's like for Brits living in Spain. And it's been really educational, really entertaining, and it's shown us that anybody can do it, but it all depends on what your goal is. Are you doing it to make a living, or are you doing it to entertain, for something to do, for something to keep you going or whatever? And everybody's doing it for different reasons. The other thing is, one of the main things, and I'll wrap this up in a second, but one of the main things that put me off, or sort of stopped me doing it before, was that the editing became a pain in the backside. I really didn't like editing. It was, you know, switching stuff from memory cards and cameras onto wherever, you know, it was all stuff that I didn't really enjoy doing. However, I've seen over this last few days that the trend on YouTube is going to more of this type of content, stuff where it's more real. You film it and you don't edit it greatly. So there'll be minimal editing on the videos I do. They won't all be in the car. Some of them will be in other locations, whether it be my office or I've got a plan for the next one, which I'm going to talk about the more sensitive subjects which have happened in my life, and I'm going to sort of do them in a lounge setting at one of our HMOs, because we've got a room available there with some nice little tub chairs and stuff. So I'm gonna record it there. That'll be one of the next videos, and I'm also going to do an introduction video to why I'm doing it and what the video channel's about, which will sit at the top of the channel page on YouTube. So that's the plan. So I have got some plan. I'm determined to kick it off. Obviously, Christmas is nearly here. We actually had our Christmas day yesterday. So we had all the family around because we're going to Spain for Christmas. So we had all the family around, we did presents, we did Christmas dinner and all that. So today is like Boxing Day, which is a bit weird because obviously it's just a normal day, a normal Sunday. So I've just popped a macro to get some coffee beans because a good friend of ours, Teo, if you're watching, Teo, thank you for the recommendation. That Teo's tried lots of different coffee beans, and I'm a bit of a coffee fan, and it's finally settled on the macro beans, so I'm going to go get some and we're going to give them a try. Then I've got some stuff to pick up from B&Q. So yeah, I'm just first day out being ill, apart from Friday when I went into the office because we were doing some interviews for new staff, and I still felt shocking. Today I'm feeling a lot better. Antibiotics have kicked in, the chest and that is better, not 100%, but it's a lot better. So I thought, right, I'm going to get myself out, get some fresh air. It gives me an opportunity to do this. So we're on like 18, 19 minutes now, so that's quite a long time. So I'm going to leave it there. Please like and subscribe if you can, if you don't mind. Feel free to share the videos, and hopefully you found this interesting and you'll find the content that I put forward interesting as well. So all the best, take care.